Get the fuck off the computer and go outside and talk to people. Do not be fucking antisocial. Like, get up off TikTok.
Feel that inner child, babe. Go color. Go get a fucking stuffed animal.
So this is a topic that I struggle with from time to time, and it is the idea of finding a partner or letting it happen naturally. Which path is truly the right, or I guess the more ideal one to follow? We live in a society, and if you have friends as well, where love, romance, situationships, hookups, one-night stands, friends with benefits, or whatever else is everywhere and is almost talked about constantly. Whether or not you ask them, I always seem to find myself in a situation where someone's asking me about my dating life, or the conversation just gets brought up at some point. I have not been with a girl for the last 2 years, no shame in that, but I can see the look on people's faces when I tell them that. There's some level of judgment, and they're always surprised, like it's not supposed to be like that. What? You're not dating? You haven't been in a relationship in how long? And I'm sure it's not their intention, of course, but they always make you feel weird for being single for too long. In my time being single, I've had friends tell me how much I should use dating apps, or trying to take me out to places to potentially meet somebody, or trying to set me up with a friend, or a friend of a friend, or a friend of a friend of a friend and someone else's friend. And then there are times where you don't really find someone, they find you, or you guys just find each other. Nothing crazy, just vibing naturally, and before you know it, you guys are hitting it off. So which one is it? Do you go out seeking love, or do you just let it happen naturally? Well, today that's what we're gonna find out, but I needed some help. I mean, this is my first street interview video in a year, so I got my boy EJ, and in this video we're gonna ask people out here in New York, should you find love or should you let it come to you?
I think love is like lust, but then it turns into that other thing that's closer to unconditional love, which is kind of cool.
By the way, we're filming this almost 3 months after this question was asked. So
also, quick little disclaimer, we were using 2 different mics in this video. We were using EJ's mic, and then we used my microphone, which is my phone, so apologies if they don't sound consistent at all. I'm just letting you know. We were having some technical difficulties, so yeah.
When you're actively searching for it, you can't find it.
So you should let it come.
It has to come to you. I think it should be a healthy mixture of both. I think that you have to be open to find love to be able to receive it.
Only we know when exactly is the right time for us to actually get into a relationship.
When you go out looking for some shit, then it just does not happen in the way that you expect it to happen. I'm hoping niggas that watch this got a job. But if you at work and shit, you'll be in an area where there's people and shit, and then you could just find somebody, You just go looking for some shit. Guarantee you the chances of some shit happening is 0, nigga.
If you don't look for something, God's gonna put it in your way.
What it do, man? Young pretty boy right over here. People really try to tend to rush love, and I think that, in all honesty, disqualifies so much things that involves being in love with somebody. You can't really look for love because it'll never come towards you. You kind of have to be just letting it do its thing.
For finding love, how do you go about it, or what are the best ways to find it?
Ooh, I feel the best way to go about it is to find community, find people who you have common interest with. Definitely go out, fill your own cup first, make sure you're good, you're confident, you're good on your own before you jump into it with somebody else.
do you think there should be a point for people searching for it to just stop?
Yeah, when you're looking for love and you instead get maybe a third one night stand, I think that's a good point for okay, I'm done. If you just let that keep happening, then you're gonna just build this sort of a terrible reference.
You're gonna want to stop at some point and just be wait, this is not.
Yeah. I don't think I'm right, but yeah.
That whole cliche thing that's what it'll find you when it's meant for. It does though.
Yeah.
It does show up. Dating in New York City is kind of abysmal. Once you kind of take a step back, it all starts falling into your lap all of a sudden.
Okay, so to my surprise, when doing these interviews, there are a lot of people that are in agreement with letting love come in on its own. There really weren't many people at all that said you should go out and find it, at least not outright leading with that argument in its entirety, which honestly makes a lot of sense. For instance, you don't typically find friendships. Friendships happen on its own naturally, for the most part. I'm pretty much saying it's different when these things flow naturally, rather than you making it a mission to find friendships.
Hello, Seth's camera. I am trailing you right now, and while you're looking for interviewers, whoa, there you are. If you see yourself, oh yeah, you're right there. You can find yourself. Here with my coffee and shit, type shit.
I don't know anything about gambling. I don't know how gambling works.
What's something I like? I like coffee. I like video games. Makes me feel like a tourist. Just a guy wandering with the camera out type shit.
So, okay, we're all in agreement that we should let these things happen naturally, right? But what does that even look like anyway? It's so typical to hear the words, you should let it come to you, or it'll find you when you least expect it. But how do we even get to that point, and what does that even look like anyway? When it comes to letting it happen, what do you think that looks like?
Get a hobby and get friends. I think when you get friends and when you get company that you really enjoy, you don't seek out fulfillment in romantic relationships, even if you're not fully satisfied.
You should journal about what your idea of love is. What would you like? What kind of qualities do you fall in love with? Because that's all that matters, bitch. It's you loving them, like inner peace. The fuck.
In AA terms, it's
I don't
called
have that.
in AA, in the program of Alcoholics Anonymous, they have this thing in the fourth step called a sex inventory. You go over, all the relationships that you have, and then you write out your ideal partner. Flush your thoughts out.
It's like you intentionally try to find it sometimes, and it works out in that way for a little while. But then, like, if you let it come to you, you get to do that thing which is like, oh, I didn't really mean to meet you, and I just happened to meet you, and it just means so much more. It's like the weird synchronicity thing that you can't ignore, and so you kind of protect it more, which makes it mean more. But when you're on like a dating app or walk to someone at a bar, it doesn't have that edge, I think.
It doesn't have that like click.
Yeah, that little reference click.
Cliche as this is, I feel like when you do say that and you're like, I'm done searching, like it will find you. It's like if I'm actively wanting a boyfriend, right? I want a relationship, and then I'm on this dating app for love, and then I'm with a pool of people that are also wanting that. Are we not just gonna like settle for the first thing that's like, oh, we both want you? Yeah, oh, you want, oh, throw me a bone, here I am, you got me. But when you're not actively looking in that pool, then you will like meet people or, rekindle relationships that are better for you and more organic.
I wish I could have a perfect BBL bitch who's really nice and intelligent, but like, you can't romanticize that shit. You just gotta fall into it.
You're being patient about it. You're being able to allow the higher power to kind of just guide you towards whoever that person may be for you, to come be allowed in your life and enter your personal bubble and just share experiences and joys that normally that you would be okay with by yourself, but you're doing it with another person. Being able to do that is probably one of the greatest opportunities ever. You can't really be able to do that though without loving yourself. How are you going to be able to love somebody if you haven't really had that experience to love yourself? The higher power, God, I think God really is love. If you don't got God in your life, then do you really got love for yourself?
Listen, we're human at the end of the day. We still have our needs and we have strong desires. We can't help it. It's who we are. But honestly, you still crave love. You crave that connection with someone. So
what should people do if they crave love?
I think they should decenter it. When I started dating Justin, it was when I felt really fulfilled with like my friendships and my work and like myself as an individual. That doesn't all magically get solved once you're in a healthy relationship. Like we focused a lot on being friends first and like really getting to know each other. He like asked me on a date and on day 2, and then I said no because I was like, we should be friends first.
If you crave love, sit in it.
If you want to find love, don't go looking for it. It will come to you.
And if you crave it so much, just fucking be lonely. Being lonely sucks, but the best people know what it's like to be lonely.
Yeah.
I'm a very social type of person. I feel like the best thing really is just being outside every single day. Like, you'll never know who you bump into, the type of situations you land in. And no matter what, too, like, even if you think, like, you're weird, not that much people is going to fuck with you, the people that fuck with you for just authentically showing yourself at all times, like, they're going to always be around because they know who you are 100%, and you're not trying to put on some type of facade for it.
If you kind of rush into finding the one who's the one, then you're just going to kind of have to feel like you're forced to have to be into love, and that really won't be, like, a good feeling.
You have to work on yourself and worry about yourself and focus about yourself.
With all of that being said, how do we know if we aren't just saying these things to cope? Like, how do we really know if we are actually meant to find it or not? How do we know if we're not potentially missing out on opportunities to make things happen? Do you think there could be missed opportunities?
I think yeah, but I think also like the universe, not to get like tarot card and shit, but
you can go ahead. I'm the same way.
But the universe like kind of has like a plan for you already. Like I feel like you can't force certain like
the script is already written.
Yeah, like the script is written already.
I don't know. Everything's predetermined. Don't question what happens in your life because pretty much like, that's just the way it's supposed to be. You may not fuck with it, but for some reason that's how it's supposed to be.
Social media gives you the idea that everybody has a fake idea that everybody has a special someone and their relationships are in a certain way. That's not true. I think is people focus a lot in having a couple when there's a lot of things in your life that can make you feel good about it, about you. A couple is gonna come eventually.
Honestly, how do we really know anyways? Sometimes relationships just happen through very fortunate circumstances, and sometimes it's just destined to happen. So, which one is it? Do you think it's destiny or fate?
I don't think destiny is something, there's a destiny for everyone. Like, you can build your own destiny. Life is long and you don't know what can expect. I met her when I was like 11 and we were a boyfriend and girlfriend when we were like 13. And 14 years later, we just appeared here in New York and we started hanging out again and we became a couple again.
Life is crazy.
Oh, that's cute. And that's something I didn't expect when I was 13 and I met her.
Yeah.
Would you call that fate?
Yeah, that's the point. Some people would call that fate or destiny, but I don't know. It's just crazy things happen in life. It's long.
That's a life.
Did you know that you two would both end up in New York around the same time, or?
No. It was. I came for a reason. She came for a different reason.
Yeah.
Really?
It was for a different reason. No.
Wow. That's insane. So, fate.
Yeah.
Fate's.
Seems like fate.
Destiny or fate, I don't really believe in because you are where you are right now because of all the little decisions you've made getting up to this point. Situation you put yourself in. Because you are the leader of your, like, reality, you know? Like, no one else is doing that. You're doing that.
That's why love and finding love, it's a sloppy mission. In and out.
Sloppy's the right word. It's a sloppy joke.
Friend of a friend go in a situation and it wasn't like you weren't looking for
I was not looking for anything. I was like, I'm done. I was like, I'm done.
So it just popped up.
It literally popped. Like, I was like, I'm never gonna have a boyfriend. I'm never gonna get married ever. Like, it's never happening for me. And it actually like happened the moment that I was like, I'm done searching for anything. That's when it came to me. We just hit it off instantly. He was really funny and like he laughed at my jokes and I laughed at his jokes.
I wanna die.
Like instantly, like making someone laugh is good.
So, what's the big deal anyway? What is it about love that we want so bad then? Is it something that we truly want deep down inside of us, or are we influenced into believing that? Why do y'all think people want love so much?
You want to feel something in your life, but sometimes you need to think more in if you feel okay with by yourself.
Like, as long as you feel like that confidence with yourself, you feel the confidence with like, oh, I could see myself being with another person, being able to share and embrace this love with them.
Yeah.
That, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's like normal human needs, like food and water sort of thing. Even if it's not like relationship wise, I think everybody just kind of craves human connection.
We could access any human on earth right now with a DM, but it's like still the loneliest time ever, bro. Like if you look at how many people are on like Tinder and Hinge, even Bumble looking for friends and shit, it's like a million gajillion niggas. Niggas just be lonely nowadays.
Listen, all of these people that we interviewed made some great points, but I feel like you have to wonder if it's just social pressures or if it's because we actually do want to get into a relationship. I mean, it's like what I said in the beginning. When people find out how long I've been single, they make it seem like you're doing something wrong or that something is wrong with you if you're not in a relationship or even just dating. Some people will rush into a relationship before they hit a certain age or because everyone else in their friend group is in one. So it makes you question things. How much do you
Weigh?
How much? What? No. How much do you weigh? And how much do you think societal pressure plays a role into dating?
When I see like a goth teenager hanging out with like an older business dude, I certainly feel like they are in like some taboo and it's like it adds to it for them. So they're like the outsiders. I definitely think it's more common to date people that are like you for the safety of social pressures. Like I'm not going to pull up with like someone my age that's super goth because my friends are going to be like, dude, they look super emo.
I think we really live in a society that's like obsessed with romance. From the media we consume, like the movies, the music, like people think that if you don't find your partner or like if your current relationship doesn't lead to marriage, then it's a failure.
Don't get me started on High School Musical.
If we didn't have so much on our phones about it, we wouldn't be like so invested.
And it depends on the person. Like some people are just like downright retarded and like falling. Oh my god, I gotta be loved and I gotta be in a relationship because like I'm insecure.
That's bars. Yeah.
You don't gotta validate yourself by having someone else validate you.
If there's one thing I think most of us can agree on is that love is complicated as fuck. I'll be honest, in my opinion, I don't really care to find love or let alone just letting it happen anyways. If it happens, it happens. And if not, big fucking deal. There's a lot more to look forward to in life than just romantic relationships or sex. Yeah, I said it. There's more to life than sex. You know what? Sex is overrated anyways. I guess if I had to talk about why I've been single for so long, it's not really about me not going outside enough or not having any friends or not even using dating apps. Look, you can think however you want to about what I'm gonna say, but I think my reason is more spiritual than anything else. Personally, I think for me, I needed to find a love within myself rather than seeking external validation or acceptance. I was so insecure about being single or lonely to a point that I don't even use that term lonely anymore. I'm just chilling now. And for you too, I think if you are feeling single and lonely, or if you're craving that love and affection, I really feel like you should figure out what love and relationships even mean to you in the first place. Why do you want it so much? Not that you can't or shouldn't have it, but what is it about you that makes you want a relationship in the first place? I'm saying that what you want shouldn't have to all come from somebody else. But with all that being said, what should people do?
What's your general advice that you would give for everybody?
Be sure that if you find the one, make sure it is the one. Definitely just wait it out and play it out. Tomorrow's never promised, and you never know what the future can hold.
Find a hobby, fill your own cup, find community, people who you can connect with easily. Don't lose hope. Just keep looking. You'll know once you find somebody who reciprocates your energy.
Center love in a way that doesn't put romantic love at the center. Make love of your friends, your family, your community. Choose love, but choose love that isn't just for your own, I guess, gratification.
And get a hobby.
Being kind, being unapologetically yourself. You do that and you'll find someone that's meant for you. It's never that serious. Don't take yourself so serious. Don't take anything too serious. And then the moment that it feels like it's something more, then that's when you found your person.
Get the fuck off the computer and go outside and talk to people. That is the main thing. Do not do not be fucking antisocial. Like, get up off TikTok and fucking go and talk to people. Like, because some people have like social anxiety. I understand. It's much easier than what you think. Like, just go up to a person and be like, oh, I like that jacket. Oh,
you just gotta work through it.
Yeah, like real shit too. It's like, yo, that helps you everywhere. Yo, once you break that mold, you're Gucci for life, bro. Like growing up, I had horrible anxiety like my whole entire life pretty much. There's nothing that can stop you, and that doesn't even just stop with like relationships and shit. I can even help you out with life opportunities. There's nobody in the world that you feel like you can't, like you're not at the same level as able to speak to type shit.
Let your side chick be your therapist, so you're not like dumping out onto your partner or potential partner your innermost bullshit.
You know, fucking live to thine own self, be true, fucking, you know, all these other cliches. Go with the flow. And fuck everyone else that says you can't do what you want to do. Unless, of course, it's something bad, and in that case, listen to your mom, you know.
Work on your craft, be creative, be yourself, the fuck. Hustle, get a fucking job, get a full-time fucking job before you're out here looking for any man, okay? Do your makeup, listen to Lady Gaga, dance in your room. And if a guy's gonna fucking come to you, he'll fucking come to you, but you are so young. We are so young. Just like, take your fucking time. We're just babies, okay?
Life is long.
Heal that inner child, babe. Go color. Go get a fucking stuffed animal.
Try to not rush into a relationship, even though you see that things are going well. Try to take one step at a time. Try to communicate a lot. Ask a lot. Don't think a relationship has to be in a certain way. Build it from scratch with your couple.
Ask everything and be clear.
Awesome. I think if you keep your head high, put your faith in the higher powers, everything will come to you. Don't ever forget that there's gonna be people that'll be like there for you no matter what, even if you choose to not believe that. And if you don't think anybody is there for you, then you know there's always that higher power that got you.
Love is a mysterious thing. It's something that like comes and goes or stays forever. Love is something that's within you. I don't think it's something that should just come to you. We all have our thoughts on love and we think that it's something that comes from another person. But I really think that love is something that you envelop within yourself. Sorry, my hair's in the wrong way. It's like messing up. But like, love from another person is only giving you half of what you need. Not really half, but a quarter. It's a quarter of what you need because almost 75% is all coming from you.
Why do you think people want love so much?
Media plays such a big part on our romantic standards these days that people don't really know what they really want. For example, those people who have those types that are like, oh, he has to be like 6'10", she has to be this certain weight. And I'm like, but what does that really have to do with how you feel or how you emotionally capitalize on what you believe your self-worth and self-love is? What does their weight or height or physical attractiveness have to do with it? Physical attraction is obviously something that should be meaningful, but I feel like all of it just comes through feeling. In my own experience, I feel like when I have that emotion towards someone and the more I feel comfortable with embracing this person into my life, it's something I don't want to fade away. I feel just ruins that. I don't feel everything should be portrayed and believed through media.
I think society pressure plays a role to dating.
I feel like societal pressure plays a big part in how people hold themselves in their own lives. You know, some people feel ready, some people feel not ready at all. Like they just stepped onto the plate on what they actually really want. And some people just don't know that yet. And people tend to look at things like social media, TikTok, Instagram, and going like, wow, I want that. How do I get it? Da, da, da. It's just too much. I feel like people just gotta really focus on what they truly love.
What's your general advice to give them?
My general advice is just, I'm pretty sure almost 100% of the people we've interviewed in this video have said already, love yourself. Focus on yourself. Don't spend so much time on finding a relationship or finding someone who will love you. Because, you know, as everyone will believe and should believe, giving someone so much love is nothing compared to giving yourself that same amount of love back. It has to go both ways. A good friend of mine said that love isn't one-way street. It's something that should be received two ways. I feel like that's pretty good advice. And I've lived up to it by now. If you really like video games and want more IRL content like this, like I've done with my friend Seth, you could follow me on vanswift.ttv, and on YouTube it's just Van Swift. I stream on Twitch, and yeah, if you really like what I said today, hope for some more on my live streams.
I think for a lot of reasons, people get into relationships based on something superficial or materialistic. We don't put standards or expectations that we do on friendships that we do in relationships. And for a good reason, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying anything bad about that. But I think true connections start with something genuine and real, rather than you getting into it solely because you want a relationship. However, despite me being a big advocate on letting things happen naturally or letting it come to you, I do believe at the same time there's a bit of proactiveness. I don't think you should just sit on your ass all day and let things come to you. You got to try it too. If you're talking to someone and you feel that spark, and trust me, you're going to feel that spark, own it and go for it. If you truly feel like asking that person out or taking things further, definitely go for it 100%. But don't let it control you. Don't let it be the center of your life or something that will complete you. The only thing that completes you is you. Yeah. Can we talk about why I've been gone for so long? I don't want to go too much into details, but I've been dealing with so much creatively and what I want to do with this channel and in my life that it took me away for so long. But I don't want long breaks anymore. I do want to actually come back to this channel full time if I can. There's no more excuses, so you're definitely going to be seeing me more from here on out. Stick around for that. If you guys did like the video, tell me how you feel in the comments and give it a like. And if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. You'll definitely see me soon. All right.